Soul Garden.
Hello Soul Healers, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. My name is Christopher Witecki, and I'm back from Christmas vacay. How are you doing? It's that weird in-between week between the holidays and the new year. But this year, and actually the last couple years, a lot more profound when it comes to the karma that we go through in this week. That's because of the planet Pluto, all right? Pluto, that slow rock. It's not a planet anymore. It's a really big rock. Can't remember what they call them. It's not a junior planet. I don't know, but it's a big rock. And wherever this planet happens to be, well, us astrologers, we count through the ages, and we notice wherever it is, that part of human consciousness changes radically. It just lines up that way. So with Pluto in Capricorn, well, the last time Pluto was in Capricorn was 1763, when the United States, or the colonies, were starting to get pissed at the rules of when they had to pay taxes and not. Funny, not much has changed in 250 years. But the point is, here is good old Pluto again. And it's time to make new decisions. At that time, we decided, monarchy sucks, let's make new rules, democracy. So that was a good change. We'll have to decide in the next 20 years if that worked or not. But in each individual human being, it means you too are changing certain rules. Rules that your race hasn't worked on since that time. Now for the Virgos, it's the rules of falling in love. Virgos are changing the way they fall in love. In other words, Virgo born 1945 will not fall in love the same way a Virgo will fall in love today. It's changing. It's changing for the whole tribe. And what I think is happening is the rules are getting lighter. I think you guys are starting to let go of some unnecessary rules, like measuring everything 65 times before you have fun. You do have some rules that apply to the guarding of your inner child that actually probably prevent you from falling in true love or from keeping it, all kinds of things. So this week is a very private week for the Virgos because this is a week where you look at maybe some rules need to change. Maybe some policy around love and joy. Rules around love. I hear Virgos come with a full list of all the rules that come with what love has to be. I have one rule. It just has to feel like love. That's the rule. That's pretty much going to do it for me. That gives the universe really to pull it all off on their own. But for each Virgo, in this next week, you're going to find things in the way of love. But this also means you're going to open yourself up for the capacity of more love once you eliminate these things. Now on Monday, it's kind of a funky day. It's a hyper-aware day. Uranus is ruling the day. You may have an inner temper, say that 5 times, tantrum from your inner child because Uranus is hitting the day. You're trying to get to the truth of your joy, and you're hyper-aware at the moon in Aquarius. So Monday, not so much fun. Tuesday, still not so much fun. Moon will make you hyper-aware again. Mercury rules the day. You're probably in your head most of Tuesday. Blah, 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 blah. Again, probably processing. Why is inner child not having fun? Why did I not get what I want for Christmas? What is fun anyways? Those are the kind of questions you find. Or if you're in a relationship like, I don't know if I really like her anymore. No, you're disconnected from this. This is what knows if you like her anymore. So whatever's in the way of connecting to this starts to fall apart. By Wednesday, it gets sentimental. If you're thinking about creative projects, I guarantee you by Wednesday the story turns into love because the moon moves into Pisces and the Virgos are going to start doing the sentimental love thing. At the same time, what's the question? Love. That's the topic of the month. And the inner child getting what it wants. So Sappy Wednesday and probably, well, I'm calling it the Hallelujah Thursday. Why? Well, the Sun conjuncts Pluto, which means if you haven't gotten it yet, God consciousness is going to push you in the pool, trip you over, scream at you with a blowing horn, this is why you don't have it in your life. And that's what Pluto does. Pluto is just like, look, we can't let you deny this anymore. Now, Pluto doesn't tell you all the secrets to the end of the game, but Pluto definitely tells you what has to stop now. So it can be embarrassing depending on the level of denial you have been in your own Virgo head. Understood. It will likely play out with a relationship because the moon will be strong in Pisces and we're talking about love anyways. The best thing to do is to go limp on Thursday and listen to what God University has to say. But Friday, ooh, things sharpen up. I think you figure it out. Saturn rules the day on Friday. The moon is still in Pisces, so whatever it is, you get through it. I think you're going to be able to make your decision, at least a preliminary one by Friday, that, you know what, this is why I never have fun, because I always play with the person who's not fun, or this is why I never have fun, because I always think the work has to be done first. You'll get it, and you'll say, I'm changing that rule so I have fun. Yay! Then come on Saturday, New Year's Eve. Whoa, crazy party. The moon moves into Aries. That's going to be bounce, chicka, wow, wow for the Virgos. Virgos are going to be out on the prowl. Plus, the sun ruled by Mars in Capricorn. Now they have this new rule freedom thing. Try not to go too far with it on New Year's Eve. I hope, believe it or not, there are days when Capricorns just throw it all to the wind, and astrologically, this looks like one of them. That's your official disclaimer. Plus, I'm also saying be careful. A lot of Martian energy, so accidents and things on this particular New Year's. But a very good time, especially if boundaries are in place, and certainly a great time to be with a lover, probably one of the best of the year looking at the planet. So go for it and have fun. Sunday, recovery day, Earth rules the day. It's classic. You can't write this stuff. Still very vulnerable though. You'll probably want to be with friends close, and only friends close. No Super Bowl next day, Sunday parties for you. You're just going to want the privacy, in my opinion. Now, two themes that must be also said. One, Mars. Mars in your sign. What is that doing? Push, 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 push. Virgos do have a bit of a superhero complex right now. I'm just telling you, it's called Mars in your sign. You are right, but you also have to put your money where your mouth is. That is the danger of Mars. And you are trying to grow a strong ego, but use that Martian energy carefully. And that is the theme of the week. You coming into new ego strength. Make sure that ego strength is there to protect your needs New Year's Eve with the boundary issues. Second theme, Saturn. You are raising soul capital. We are almost at the end of the race. You've been raising what you're worth, creating a higher value for yourself. Make sure you maintain that integrity of your soul capital as you move forward. Part of the devil tempting you back is, oh, you built all your self-esteem till you felt all this ego power and acted like a maniac on New Year's. Right? Boom! Self-esteem takes a crash. So don't drop the Saturn issue either. There's a lot of cups in the air, but I think you're going to pull it off because you Virgos have been getting an A+ with all this work. Now, two things. One, this is the last week you can get 60 minutes, and you get a 30-minute free reading in 2012, a follow-up. Hey, if the Earth goes down, you know how valuable that 30-minute reading is going to be? And I want to say thank you. If you're still watching Soul Garden, it has been a hellacious year, and I very much appreciate the Virgos being there for me when I went through my Saturn stuff. So thank you so much. I look forward to serving you in 2012. Until next year, live, love, be.